Good morning, everybody. My name is Gareth Evans. I work for De La Rue. I'm here today to present to you on some of the new features of the new $100 polymer banknote. The first question may be asked is kind of why polymer? It's moving from cotton to polymer. It's quite simple, really. We're going to focus on three things. Polymer banknotes are more durable. They last somewhere over two to 2.5 times longer than the paper equivalent. They're not indestructible. I'm not going to stand here and say that they're indestructible. Many people say that claim that they could be. They just last longer in circulation, which makes them more cost effective over time. It's one of the reasons why the central bank has chosen to move to polymer. They're also more secure than paper banknotes. The traditional features of a paper banknote that you'll be familiar with, watermarks, for example. The polymer banknotes, because they use a clear plastic film, you're able to put clear windows into them and really integrate things into the design, which makes them a bit more secure. And finally, and something which is extremely important this day and age, and something which is quite new, is the ability to use polymer to make the banknotes more accessible to vulnerable users in society, particularly the visually impaired and the blind community. Okay, so if you draw your attention to the screens, there is your new $100 banknote on polymer. So we always ask the public to focus on the four elements. So the first thing you will do with the banknote is you will feel it. Okay, so the notes have a different feel to what you may be used to with the cotton banknotes. Most importantly, what we want you to focus on now is on the reverse of the note. In this bottom corner here, you have a tactile feature. It's embossed into the note. It's a series of dots in the shape of a cross or an X. Okay? And this is to allow those people with visual impairments to actually authenticate or to recognize the denomination that they are holding. The second thing that we would ask the public to do is to look at the notes. But the main feature we want you to focus on here, when you're looking at the note, so if I hold it up, is in this top left-hand corner, there is a clear window. Okay, so you will be used to looking at a banknote and looking for a watermark. On polymer banknotes, you're looking for the clear window. Okay, so if you hold that up, you can see your hand behind it, or you can pass something else behind it. You can, if you want to look through it, you can do so. Okay, so this is the main public security feature that we want to promote, is the clear window. Okay. The next feature that we want you to look for. Okay, so in this area of the note here, this feature here is a slightly darker blue in colour. And when the note is held flat, you don't really see anything. But when you hold that note up to the light, the denomination will appear as a lighter spot. Okay, so the 100 will appear in that panel. So when it's flat, you don't see it. When you hold it up to the light, you see the 100. Step number 3 is tilting the note. Okay, so over this clear window, we also have printed a gold shimmering ink. So if you hold this note and you catch it in the light and you tilt it around, you will see that there is a pattern of the gold ink that will shimmer as you tilt and move the note around to catch the light. So there are patches on the note, and you can see it there on the screen, that have UV features. So you can see that as I'm holding up the note. There are areas that have ultraviolet reflection. Okay, so they will glow in the presence of UV light. And I have them on the front, and we have them on the reverse of the note. Thank you very much for listening. Are there any questions? So I think the bank has communicated that they are planning to use polymer for the rest of the series in due course, with designs in 2020. I think is what they're planning on doing. You can fold it. You do need to handle polymer banknotes in a slightly different way to cotton. They are more robust. I don't want to screw up the bank specimens, but they are more robust, so you can fold them up and they do kind of spring back. One thing I would say is if you impart a really hard fold in the note, then it will stay, and you'll be familiar with that from your 50, I'm sure. But you know, it's very difficult to tear. It's very difficult to rip or to destroy physically.